So thank you all for coming today for our Buddha practice study. Today we're going to be doing the Ngöndro practice, the uncommon preliminary practices. So we'll start with the opening prayers and then do the refuge practice and then move on to the Vajrasattva purification practice. So if you have your book, you can follow us. If you would like to have a copy of the book, write us at buddhapracticestudy@gmail.com and we can arrange to send that to you. So we begin by doing our prostrations. So if everybody can do that in whatever manner you can, do 3 prostrations towards the lineage tree. Om, Hom, body, speech, and mind, the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Om, Hom, body, speech, and mind, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Om, Hom. Om, Hom, body, speech, and mind, the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Om, Hom. Om, Hom. Okay. Okay. So if everyone can follow along by reading out loud, keep your microphones muted. I'll read the text, and but with full-throatedness, with your power, please recite everything that we're doing here. And if you whisper, you get a whisper benefit. If you do it full-throated and with conviction, you get that kind of benefit also. So please do what you can to really energize your practice. So if everybody's ready, we'll start on page 1, the introduction. For the benefit of all sentient beings, the most gracious Buddha Shakyamuni spoke the Dharma through the sutras and tantras. The 5 profound paths of Mahamudra and the 6 yogas of Naropa are the essence of the Buddha's teachings, which enable one to attain enlightenment even in one lifetime. However, to practice the path of Mahamudra and the 6 yogas of Naropa, one must be fully convinced of the 4 ways of turning the mind, or the 4 ordinary foundations. The 4 ways of turning the mind are the basis for the successful practice of any of the yanas. Then one practices the 4 extraordinary foundations, or the Vajrayana Ngöndro, to purify the negative karma and obscurations of the mind, speech, and body, and to develop virtues. The great 12th century Tibetan saint, Lord Jigten Sumgön, the second Nagarjuna, said, "The Ngöndro is even more important than the higher practices. One must truly understand and practice the simple yet profound foundational teachings before one begins the highest teachings." The altruistic motivation. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation and all-knowingness, may they experience happiness and be separated from suffering. I will quickly establish them in the state of the most perfect and precious Buddhahood. Dagla dang warje pe dra no parje pe geg. Tarpa dang tam shaken pe bar du jo parje pa tam shaki so je pe. Manam kadam yam pe sem chen tam she de wa dang den. Dug now dang drel nor du la na me pa yang dag par zog pe zhang zhu brin po she to pa zha. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Until death, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. From now until this time tomorrow, I perform virtuous deeds with body, speech, and mind. Te she du sang ma ge gi bar du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. Ma she bar du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. Du de ring ne sung te ni ma sang ta sam gi bar du lu na gi sam ge wa la ko. All sentient beings, limitless as the sky, take refuge in the glorious kind Lama Vajradhara, the embodiment of the body, speech, mind, qualities, and activities of the Buddhas of the 10 directions and the 3 times, source of the 84,000 categories of the teaching, and Lord of the Sanghas. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Back to page 4. Nam ke ta dam yam pe sem chen tam she chok chu du som gi. De shin sek pa tam she ki ku song. Tong yon ten chin le dam she ki no war jur pa. Choki pompo ton chak a chu ta che jone. Pape ge dun tam she ki na dai. Dren sen sa wa danger pa je pe pao dan la ma dam pa nam la kap su chi o. Ye dam kil gorgi la sok nam la kap su chi o. Sangye chom den de nam la kab su chi o. Tampe cho nam la kab su chi o. Pape ge dun nam la kab su chi o. Pa wo ka dro cho kyung song me song yes she gi cheng dang. Dampa nam la kab su chi o. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Until I attain the heart of enlightenment, I take refuge in all the Buddhas. I take refuge in the Dharma, and likewise in the assembly of the Bodhisattvas. As the previous Buddhas embraced the enlightened mind and progressed on the Bodhisattva's path, I too, for the benefit of all sentient beings, give birth to bodhicitta and apply myself to accomplish the stages of the path. Shang Shu Ning Po Chi Ki Bar Sangye Nam La Kyab Su Chi Chodang Shang Shu Sampa Yi So Klang De Shin Kyab Su Chi Jitar Nongi De Shegi Shang Shu Tugni Ke Padang Shang Shu Sempe La Pala De Dagrim Shin E Patar De Shindro La Pandandu Shang Shu Samni Ke Gishing De Shindu Ni La Pala Rinpa Shindu La Pa Ji O. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Sangye Chodang Soki Chonam La Shang Shu Badu Dagni Kapsu Chi Dagi Jin Soki Pe Sonam Gi Drola Penshir Sangye Ju Sho. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless as the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness that is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Manam kadam yam pe sem chen tam she de wadang de we gudang dempa jorchi. Dug now dong dunal gi gudang drawar jorchi. Dug now me pe de wadang mi drawar jorchi. May ring chak dang ni dang drawe dang nam la ne pa jorchi. Whatever merit I have gathered through prostrations, offerings, confession, rejoicing, beseeching, and praying, for the sake of the enlightenment of all sentient beings, all this I dedicate. Chak sa wadang cho ching sa padang, Jesu yi rang kol sing so wa yi, ge wa jung se da gi ji sagpa, Tam she zog pe shang zhub chir no. The 4 ways of turning the mind to the Dharma, in English only, is necessary. Oh, this kind of leisure and endowment is supremely difficult to obtain. When we obtain this body, which is easily lost, do not waste it meaninglessly, but rather use it to attain the ultimate liberation, joyous result. Contemplate on the meaning of precious human life. Your mind wanders, you can bring it back to quietly reading the first statement to yourself, the first prayer. Precious human life. Number 2, the nature of all phenomena is impermanence. Death is a certainty for all who are born. Death can descend any time, like a drop of morning dew on a blade of grass. Quick, it is time to make effort for the essence of the Dharma. Contemplate the meaning of impermanence. Number 3, the fruit of one's positive karma is happiness. Suffering is the fruit of negative karma. The inexorable karmic causation is the mode of abiding of all dharmas. Henceforth, practice the dharma by distinguishing between what should be practiced and what should be given up. Contemplate the meaning of karma, cause and result. Number 4, in the 3 lower realms, and even in the 3 higher ones, there is not an instant of absolute happiness. I will avoid the root cause of my samsaric existence and practice the excellent path of peace to enlightenment. Contemplate the meaning of the suffering of samsara, the faults of samsara. Take a deep breath and hold it. Exhale and hold it. Stay relaxed. Open your eyes. Breathe normal. Visualize the protection fence. Om, I, U, Li, E, O, Kaka, Gagana, Zaza, Zazana, Tata, Dadana, Tada, Dadana, Papa, Babama, Yawalawa, Sa, Ka, Saha, Kriya, Soha. Om, I, U, Li, E, O, Kaka, Gagana, Zaza, Zazana, Tata, Dadana, Papa, Babama, Yawalawa, Sa, Ka, Saha, Kriya, Soha. Om, I, U, Li, E, O, Kaka, Gagana, Zaza, Zazana, Tata, Dadana, Papa, Babama, Yawalawa, Sa, Ka, Saha, Kriya, Soha. Om Yada. All phenomena arise from causes. Those causes have been taught by the Tathagata. The cessation, too, has been proclaimed by the great ascetic, the Shumaniye. So be it. Om Yadharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Takan Tathagato Heo Watatata Takansa Yonarada Evamwadi Mahashamaniye Soha. Om Yadharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Takan Tathagato Heo Watatata Takansa Yonarada Evamwadi Mahashamaniye Soha. Om Yadharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Takan Tathagato Heo Watatata Takansa Yonarada Evamwadi Mahashamaniye Soha. Page 18 and 19. Om Vajrasattva Samaya, help to protect my vow to purify myself. May you remain firm with me. Grant me the complete satisfaction. Grow with me. Be loving towards me. Grant me the attainments to master the powers beyond body and nature. Show me all the deeds of body, speech, and mind. Make my mind-heart good, virtuous, and auspicious. Revel in the bliss of the four joys, O Blessed One, who embodies the essence within me. Do not abandon me. Grant me the realization of the indestructible nature. Make me one with you. Thus I signify my unity with non-duality. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruhung Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sara Tathagata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruhung Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Sara Tathagata Bajra Mame Munsa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara karma sitsa me, sitsan shriya kuru hong. Ha 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 ho Bhagawan. Sara tada gata bajra mame mansa, bajri bhava maha samaya sattva ha. Page 20. Page 21. English first. Arising from a defiled mind, be reborn into great wisdom. Om Sambar Sambar Bhimanasar Ma Zamba Hung. 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 Arising from defiled lives, remember and purify the flower of wisdom. Om Smar Smar Bhimanaskar Mahazamba Hung Pe. 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 Om Smar Smar Bhimanaskar Ma Zamba Hung Pe. Arising great holy wisdom, purify this life. Om Sambar Sambar Maha Zambu Hung Pe. 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 The beads. The enlightened body, speech, and mind of the precious Dharma protectors, whose mirror-like wisdom is the door to purification. Om Richi Ramana Prarataya Hong Pe. 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 The body, speech, and mind of pure love is the ultimate wisdom. Om Sri Padmanurti Shvari Hong. 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 Om Ah Hong, 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 Om Ah Om Ah Hong, 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 Om Ah Hong. Om Ah Hong, 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 Om Ah Hong Uma, 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 Om. Now the practice of taking refuge. Page 24, the benefits of taking refuge. If the merit of taking refuge in the triple gem could manifest in form, the whole universe could not contain it. Even though attempting to describe the infinite benefits of taking refuge is like attempting to empty the ocean with a teaspoon, there are 8 benefits as explained in the Jewel Ornament of Liberation. One becomes a Buddhist. It becomes the basis of all the precepts and vows. It exhausts all previous non-virtuous deeds. It protects one from obstacles created by humans and non-human. One accomplishes all one wishes. One gathers a great amount of merit. One will not fall into the lower realms. One contains Buddhahood swiftly. Refuge practice is the essence of all other practices. Therefore, one always should emphasize this practice. It has inconceivable beneficial effects. Through this practice, one can achieve the fearless state. Now I'll take a moment. With one pointed mind, take refuge in the 3 jewels, the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. Om, Ah, Hom. The Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. Page 25. Meditate the surroundings as inseparable from a Buddha field. In the space in front of me is a lion throne on which are a lotus, sun, and moon disk seat, in the center of which sits the kind root Lama in the form of Vajradhara with the 7 characteristics. Blue in color, 2 arms, holding a Vajra and bell crossed at the heart, and gracefully sitting in the Vajra position. Adorned by the silken robes and various precious jewel ornaments, and surrounded by all the lineage lamas. So gaze upon the lineage tree, and see Vajradhara at the center of the lineage tree. The description that we just read. We return to the text. In front of the lion throne is the Yidam Chakrasamvara, the male and female aspects in union, whose manifestation is simultaneously appearance and emptiness. Visualize Chakrasamvara, the Yidam, on a limb in front of the tree, in front of Vajradhara. Continue with the text. At the right side of the throne is the assembly of the Buddhas of the three times, possessing all the auspicious signs of a Buddha, together with the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate kalpa. Visualize the limb on the right side of Vajradhara, the right side of the throne of the lineage tree, Buddha Shakyamuni, and the Buddhas of this kalpa. Returning to the text. Behind the throne is the Prajnaparamita, proclaiming the relative and ultimate meaning of the three yanas. Visualize the branch behind the center of the tree, behind Vajradhara, and on this branch are all the lineage texts, all the Kangyur and Tengyur, the sutras and the tantras, all the assembled wisdom of knowledge of the phenomenal and the path to the absolute. Returning to the text. To the left of the throne is the assembly of the compassionate bodhisattvas, surrounded by the Sangha of the three yanas. So on a branch to the left of the center of the tree of Vajradhara are the 8 great bodhisattvas, together with all the bodhisattvas of this glorious time, of this kalpa, of the three yanas, of the three vehicles, the Hinayana, the Mahayana, and the Vajrayana. All those on the path to attain Buddhahood. Returning to the text. Around the base of the throne are the Dharmapalas, an ocean of guardians gathered like clouds. Visualize around the base of the center of the tree, and the clouds are the Dharma protectors. Achichoki Droma, Mahakala, and so many others. We return to the text, to the refuge prayer. Buddhas, Dharma, Sanghas, Yidams, and Dharma protectors, to these supreme objects of refuge, for protection from the hordes of sufferings of samsara, we all migrators go for refuge until enlightenment is attained. Buddhas, Dharma, Sanghas, Yidams, and Dharma protectors, to these supreme objects of refuge, for protection from the hordes of sufferings of samsara, we all migrators go for refuge until enlightenment is attained. Sangye cho sok yidam cho kyung che. Kyab chok nam la tak sok jo wa kun. Si pe jik sok nam na le kyob chi. Chang shu ma to bardu kyab su chi. I rejoice when all sentient beings are happy and free from the samsaric suffering and swiftly attain ultimate Buddhahood. For this purpose, from now on until I achieve enlightenment, I will follow the path to the ultimate goal. I rejoice when all sentient beings are happy and free from the samsaric suffering and swiftly attain ultimate liberation, ultimate Buddhahood. For this purpose, from now on until I achieve enlightenment, I will follow the path to the ultimate goal. Drokun de den dugnel drawadan, nor du la me topar davgawe. De chir den ne sangju ma topar. Ne pe don chog lam la jug pa ja. The refuge prayer. We recite one time in English, one time in Tibet, and then we do prostrations as we recite the mantra, we recite the prayer, and we do several prostrations. We take refuge in the kind root Lama and lineage Lamas. We take refuge in the deities of the mandalas of the Yidams. We take refuge in all the exalted Buddhas. We take refuge in the perfect Dharma. We take refuge in the excellent order of the Sanghas. We take refuge in all the noble Dakas, Dakinis, and Dharma guardians, possessors of the eye of wisdom. Transcend Sawa Dangur Parje Pe Pal Dan Lama Dampa Namla Kapsu Chio Yidam Kilgorgi La Sok Namla Kapsu Chio Sangye Chom Den De Namla Kapsu Chio Dampe Cho Namla Kapsu Chio Pape ge dunam la kapsu chio. Pavo ka jo cho kyung song me song yes shegi chang dang dampa nam la kapsu chio. So now we do prostrations while we recite the prayer 3 times. Transcend Sawa Dangur Parje Pe Paldan Lama Dampa Namla Kapsu Chio Yedam Kilgorgi La Sok Namla Kapsu Chio Babe Kedun Namla Kapsu Chio Bravo Kadro Chukyum Song Me Song Yes Shegi Cheng Dang Dampa Namla Kapsu Chio Transcend Sawa Dangur Parje Pe Padan Lama Dampa Namla Kapsu Chio Yedam Kilgorgi La Sok Namla Kapsu Chio Sangye Chomden De Namla Kapsu Chio Dampe Cho Namla Kapsu Chio Pepe Gedun Namla Kapsu Chio Awu Kadu Chukyum Sung Me Sung Yeshegi Cheng Dang Dampa Namla Kapsu Chio Transcend Sawa Dangur Parje Pe Pal Dan Lama Dampa Namla Kapsu Chio Yedam Kilgorgi Lasso Namla Kapsu Chio Sangye Chomben De Namla Kapsu Chio Dampe Cho Namla Kapsu Chio Papege dunam la capsucio. Pavo kajo tukun fume. Yesegi chengdan. Tempa nam la capsucio. So now page 32. The objects of refuge dissolve into the main figure, and he dissolves into your crown. In Tibet, Gyabyor Koranam So Wo Dang, Dayang Wudu Serne Rang La Tempa Gyor. So now we visualize all the deities on the lineage tree have all transformed into light and all dissolve into Vajradhara. And Vajradhara transforms into clear light and dissolves into the center channel and comes to the heart center of our own body and remains in the heart center. We become the lineage tree. We become Vajradhara. We become all the deities on the lineage tree. Okay, now we move forward in the book to page 45, to the practice of Vajrasattva meditation and the recitation for purification. So we recite page 45 and continue. On the crown of one's head, a white five-pointed Vajra arises from the syllable hung that rests on a moon mandala upon a lotus. The Vajra is marked in the center with the syllable hung. Light radiates from it, making offerings to the Aryas and accomplishing the benefit of sentient beings through emanation and collection. The Vajra becomes the complete form of Vajrasattva, whose body is white, the color of light rays striking the peak of a snow mountain. He has one face and two hands. He is holding a five-pronged Vajra to his heart with his right hand, and holding a Ganta to his hip with his left hand. His feet are in the half-lotus posture. He is wearing silk and precious ornaments. Envision this clearly. So if you have the image of the Vajrasattva purification practice, it's on the other side of the lineage tree that was included in this text. You can follow this visualization. If not, read this to yourself quietly for a moment and visualize the instructions. All right. On page 47. Light emanates from Vajrasattva's three places, marked with the three syllables Om Ah Hum, inviting the Janasattvas and the empowerment deities of the five families. Za, Hum, Bam, Ho. They become inseparable from the Samaya Sattva, having prayed to the empowerment deities by reciting Om Sara Tathagata Abhishekata Tumam. Water from the vase fills the body, bestowing empowerment. The excess becomes the crown ornament of the five families. The empowerment deities dissolve into Vajrasattva. Visualize the empowerment. And we make offerings to Vajrasattva and all the deities. We're on page 49. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Argam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Padyam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Pushpam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Dupam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Alokam Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Gande Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Nuitaya Pratitsa Soha. Om Vajrasattva Saparivara Shapta Pratitsa Soha. Vajrasattva, Mahasattva, Vajra, embodiment of all the Tathagatas. Vajra, the primordial summon to Vajra. I prostrate to Vajrapani. Dorje Sampa Sampa She, Dorje Deshin Sakpa Kun, Dorje Dangpo Kundu Zang, Cha Sao Cha Na, Dorje La O. Envision in the heart a moon mandala above which is the syllable hung, surrounded by the 100-syllable mantra circling to the right. We recite in English. Om Vajrasattva Samaya, help to protect my vow to purify myself. May you remain firm with me. Grant me the complete satisfaction. Grow with me, be loving towards me. Grant me the attainments to master the powers beyond body and nature. Show me all the deeds of body, speech, and mind. Make my mind heart good, virtuous, and auspicious. Revel in the bliss of the four joys, O Blessed One, who embodies the essence within me. Do not abandon me. Grant me the realization of the indestructible nature. Make me one with you. Thus I signify my unity with non-duality, Ah. And we recite in Sanskrit 3 times. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha. Page 53. Light emanates from the seed syllable and the mantra garland, making offerings to the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, and purifying the negative actions and obscurations of sentient beings. Nectar flows from the hearts of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, dissolving into the syllable hung and the mantra garland. Nectar flows down, filling his body, flowing out through the big toe of his right foot. Nectar enters one's body through the crown of the head. All of one's negative actions, obscurations, faults, and shortcomings from beginningless time in samsara are expelled in the form of black soot and dirty grease through the lower sense doors and pores of the skin. It is like a container that has been emptied, and milky nectar has flowed in. Meditate that it is filled. So this, now we recite the accumulation of a mal around. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Justadredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Supo Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsan Shriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Drista Dredo Me Bhava Suto Kayo Me Bhava Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayatsa, Sara karma sitsa me, Sitsantriya kuruham, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tada gata, Bajra mame mansa, Bajri bhava maha samaya satvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Vajrasattva tanopa, Jistadredo me bhava, Sutokayo me bhava, Supokayo me bhava, Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayatsa, Sara karma sutsa me, Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra mame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tadagata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Bajra Sattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajra Sattva Tanopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruham Ha 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 ho bhagavan Sara tadagata Bajra bhame mansa Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya Bajra sattva tanopa Dristadredo me bhava Sutokayo me bhava Supokayo me bhava Anuraktu me bhava Sara siddhi me prayatsa Sara karma sutsa me Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra bhame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Bajra sattva tanopa, Dristadredo me bhava, Sutokayo me bhava, Supokayo me bhava, Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayata, Sara karma sutsa me, Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra bhame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Bajra sattva tanopa, Dristadredo me bhava, Sutokayo me bhava, Supokayo me bhava, Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayatsa, Sara karma sutsa me, Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra bhame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Bajra sattva tanopa, Dristadredo me bhava, Sutokayo me bhava, Supokayo me bhava, Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayatsa, Sara karma sutsa me, Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra bhame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Bajra sattva tanopa, Dristadredo me bhava, Sutokayo me bhava, Supokayo me bhava, Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayatsa, Sara karma sutsa me, Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra bhame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Bajra sattva tanopa, Dristadredo me bhava, Sutokayo me bhava, Anuraktu me bhava, Sara siddhi me prayatsa, Sara karma sutsa me, Sitsantriya kuruhong, ha 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 ho bhagavan, Sara tadagata, Bajra bhame mansa, Bajri bhava mahasamaya sattvaha, Om Bajra sattva samaya manupalaya, Vajrasattva Tenopa, Drista Dredo Me Bawa, Suto Kayo Me Bawa, Supo Kayo Me Bawa, Nuraktu Me Bawa, Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa, Sara Karma, Sutsa Me, Sitsan Triya Kuru Hong, Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan, Sara Tathagata, Bhajra Bhame Mansa, Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha, Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bawa Suto Kayo Me Bawa Supo Kayo Me Bawa Anuraktu Me Bawa Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutta Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutta Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Tristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutta Me Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tenopa Dristadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Nuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sutsume Sitsantriya Kuru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sara Tathagata Bhajra Bhame Mansa Bhajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Juta Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zari Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Maji Baji Bhavama Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitatriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Maji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Sattvaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Nurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subokaya Me Bhava Anurektu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satsu Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajrabami Manji Baji Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Vajrasattva Danopa Justa Jada Me Bhava Sutokaya me bawa, Supokaya me bawa, Nuraktu me bawa, Zara Siddhi me Prayata, Zara Karma Sutsume, Siddhantri Yaguru Hong. Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Maji Bajri Baba Ma Samaya Savaha Om Bajra Sava Samaya Manu Palaya Bajra Sava Dano Pa Juta Dedo Me Bawa Sutta Kaya Me Bawa Supo Kaya Me Bawa Nuraktu Me Bawa Zara Siddhi Me Payata Zara Karma Sutsume Siddhantri Yaguru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Maji Bajri Baba Ma Samaya Savaha Om Bajra Sava Samaya Manapalaya Bajusavadano Pa Juta Dedo Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Supokaya Mebawa Anaraktu Mebawa Zora Zidi Mepayata Zora Karma Satume Siddhantri Guru Hum Ha 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 Ho Bhagawan Zora Tata Gata Baja Bame Maji Baju Baba Ma Samaya Zavaha Om Bajusavazamaya Manupalaya Bajusavadano Pa Juta Dedo Mebawa Sudokaya Mebawa Subhokaya me bawa, Narekta me bawa, Zara Zidi me prayata, Zara Karma Sutu me, Siddhantri Yagaru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan. Sora Tata Gata Bajra Bami Manji Baju Baba Ma Zamaya Zavaha Om Baju Zava Zamaya Manu Balaya Baju Zava Dano Ba Juta Dedo me bawa. Sutokaya me bawa, Subhokaya me bawa, Narekta me bawa, Zara Zidi me prayata, Zara Karma Sutu me, Siddhantri Yagaru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bami Manji Bajri Baba Ma Samaya Satwa. We'll take a short break now for 20 minutes. Come back at 20 minutes to the hour, wherever you might be. Try and maintain your mindfulness of the practice right now. You can continue reciting the mantra. You need to do whatever you need to do. Try and not disturb your samadhi, so that we come back and we continue with the recitation of the mala round of the Vajrasattva purification mantra.
You met 10 minutes to the hour, didn't you, Lance?
Thank you. Yes, 10 minutes to the hour. Yes, 20 minutes, 10 minutes to the hour. Manu palaya Vajrasattva tano pa justadredo me bhava Sutokayo me bhava Supokayo me bhava Anuraktu me bhava Sarasiddhi me prayatsa Sara karma sitsa me Siddhantriya kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Saratada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Satvaha Om Bajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajrasattva Dhanupa Jujadidu Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Subhokaya Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satu Me Siddhantri Yaguru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Manji Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Savaha Om Bajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajrasattva Dhanupa Jujadidu Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satu Me Siddhantri Yaguru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Manji Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Savaha Om Bajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajrasattva Dhanupa Jujadidu Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satu Me Siddhantri Yaguru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Zara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Manji Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Savaha Om Bajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Bajrasattva Dhanupa Jujadidu Me Bhava Sudokaya Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Zara Siddhi Me Prayata Zara Karma Satu Me Siddhantri Yaguru Hum Ha 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 ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bame Manji Bajri Bhava Ma Samaya Savaha Om Bajrasattva Samaya Manu Balaya Bazuza Wadano Ba Juzo Jado Mebawa Zudo Gayo Mebawa Zubo Gayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Zara Zidi Mebrayata Zara Garma Satu Me Zitadriya Guru Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Zara Dada Gata Bazu Bame Maji Baji Bawama Zamaya Zawa Om Bazuza Wazamaya Manu Balaya Bazuza Wadano Ba Juzo Mebawa Zudugaya Mebawa Zubugaya Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Zara Zidi Mebrayata Zara Garma Satu Me Zitadriya Guru Ha ha ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazu Bame Maji Baji Bavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazu Zavu Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazu Zavu Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudo Gaya Mebawa Zubo Gaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zara Zedi Mebrayata Zara Garma Zatu Me Zitadriya Guru Ha ha ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazu Bame Maji Baji Bavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazu Zavu Zamaya Palaya Bazuza Wadano Ba Judadedo Mebawa Zudagaya Mebawa Zubagaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora City Mebayata Zora Garma Zotu Me Zutadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 Bhagawan Zora Tade Gata Bazuba Me Maji Baji Bavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Judadedo Mebawa Zudagaya Mebawa Zubagaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zora Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Ha 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 Bhagawan Zara Dada Gata Bazubami Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zora Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubami Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zora Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubame Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zara Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubame Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zara Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Hong Ha ha ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubame Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zara Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Hong Ha ha ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubame Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zara Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubame Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Zara Garma Zajume Zitadriya Guru Hong Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Zara Tata Gata Bazubame Maji Baji Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manu Balaya Bazuzawa Danova Justa Dedo Mebawa Zudogaya Mebawa Zubogaya Mebawa Narakta Mebawa Zora Zidi Mebayata Sorry, karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho, bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji baba ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya. Manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume. Sitadriya guru hung ha ho, bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji baba ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya. Bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru. Ha 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 ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manuba. Bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manuba. Bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya. Manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya. Manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha. Om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova. Juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya sadvaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya savaha om bazu sava samaya manu balaya bazu sava dhanova, juta dedo me bava, suta gaya me bava, supa gaya me bava, narekta me bava, sorry siddhi me prayasa, sorry karma sazume, sitadriya guru hung ha ho bhagavan sara tata gata baza bami maji baji bava ma samaya Bazuzawazameya Manubalaya Bazuzawadanoba Judadedo Mabawa Zudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Erecta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabayata Zara Karma Zazume Sazadriya Guru Hung Ha Ho Bhagavan Zara Dadagata Bazabame Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zava Om Bazuzawazameya Manubalaya Bazuzawadanoba Judadedo Mabawa Sutagaya Mabawa, Zubagaya Mabawa, Anurakta Mabawa, Zara Zidi Mabaya, Zara Karma Zazume, Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Zara Dadagata Bazabame Mazi Bazi Bhavama, Samaya Zavaha, Om Bazuzawa Zamaya, Manuvalaya, Bazuzawa Danuba, Zudadada Mabawa, Zudagaya Mabawa, Zubagaya Mabawa, Anurakta Mabawa, Zara Zidi Mabaya, Zara Karma Zazume, Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Subagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Subhokaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Zara Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Sadwaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Zudagaya Mabawa Subhokaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Zara Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Samaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manubalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Zudagaya Mabawa Subhokaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Aho Bhagavan Zara Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manupalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Zudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manupalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Zudagaya Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Sora Dadagata Bazu Baba Mama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manupalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Electa Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha, Bhagavan Zara Dadagata Bazabami Mazi Bazi Bhavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bazuzawa Zamaya Manupalaya Bazuzawa Danuba Judadadu Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zara Zidi Mabaya Zara Karma Zazume Zidadriya Guru ha ha ho bhagavan saratadagata bhajabami maji bhajabhava mahasamaya sadhava om bhajasava samaya manabalaya Bhajasavadana bhajadadada mebhava sudagaya mebhava subhagaya mebhava narakta mebhava zari siddhi mebhayata zari karma sajume sadadriya ha 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 ho bhagavan saratadagata bhajabami maji bhajabhava mahasamaya savaha om bhajasava manabalaya bhajasavadana Just may Bhava, Sudakaya may Bhava, Subhakaya may Bhava, Narakta may Bhava, Zari, Siddhi may Prayata, Zari, Karma, Saju may, Satadriya Guru. Ha 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 ho, Bhagavan, Zari, Tathagata, Bhasabhami, Maji, Bhajibhava, Mahasamaya, Savaha, Om, Bhajasava, Samaya, Manupalaya. Bhajasavadano Bhajadadano may Bhava, Sudakaya may Bhava, Subhakaya may Bhava, Narakta may Bhava, Zari, Siddhi may Prayata, Zari, Karma, Saju may, Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasavadano Bhajadadano May Bhava Sudagaya May Bhava Subhagaya May Bhava Narakta May Bhava Zari Siddhi May Prayata Zari Karma Saju May Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasavadano Bhajadadano May Bhava Sudagaya May Bhava Subhagaya May Bhava Narakta May Bhava Zari Siddhi May Prayata Zari Karma Saju May Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha ho bhagavan saratadagata bhajabhami maji bhajibhava mahasamaya savaha om bhajasava samaya manupalaya bhajasavadana bhajadadana may bhava sudagaya may bhava subhagaya may bhava anurakta may bhava zari siddhi may prayata zari karma saju may Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Bhajabhami Maji Bhajibhava Mahasamaya Savaha Om Bhajasava Samaya Manupalaya Bhajasava Dhanupa Trisadado Mebhava Sudagaya Mebhava Subhagaya Mebhava Anurakta Mebhava Zari Siddhi Meprayata Zari Karma Saju Me Sitadriya Guru Hong Ha Ha Ho Bhagavan Saratadagata Basabami Maji Bajibavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bajuzava Zamaya Manubalia Bajuzava Danuba Judada Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa Zubagaya Mabawa Anurakta Mabawa Zori Zidi Mabaya Zori Karma Satume Zandriya Guru Hung Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Saratadagata Basabami Maji Bajibavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bajuzava Zamaya Manubalia Bajuzava Danuba Judada Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa, Zubagaya Mabawa, Anurakta Mabawa, Zari Zidi Mabaya, Zari Karma Sutume, Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha Ha Ho Bhagawan Saratadagata Basabami Maji Bajibavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Bajuzava Zamaya Manubalia Bajuzava Danuba Judada Mabawa Sudagaya Mabawa, Zubagaya Mabawa, Anurakta Mabawa, Zari Zidi Mabaya, Zari Karma Sutume, Zidadriya Guru Hung Ha Ha Bhagawan Saratadagata Basabami Maji Bajibavama Zamaya Zavaha Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Dristadredo Mebawa Sutokayo Mebawa Supokayo Mebawa Anuraktu Mebawa Sarasiddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsame Sitsan Triya Kuruhum Ha 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 ho Bhagawan Saratadagata Bajramame Mansa Bajri Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva. Page 55, the dissolution. Protector through delusion and ignorance, I have broken my samaya. Lama protector, grant me refuge. Master, Vajra holder, the personification of great compassion, please grant me refuge. After praying this way, Vajrasattva says, child of noble family, all of the violations and breakages of samaya you have committed are purified. Set the mind in the non-dual nature and meditate in the absorptive state. We recite the dissolution in Tibet, page 56. Dagni Mishe Mumpayi Tam Shiglani Galshing Nam Lama Gumpo Kyabzochi So wo dorje zempate, turgje jampo dagni chen, drowe so wo dagla kya, so wa so ze so wa tape dorje sampe zalne ringi bu, kyogi dam shig nam shak dam, Dig drib tam shed tam pa yin ho. She na wa chin ne rang la tempe rangi lunak yi sam da gur me du gru. Visualize the dissolution. Vajrasattva is at your heart center. The white hum at the center of Vajrasattva's heart is in your heart. The Vajrasattva, the hung syllable rising from the bottom to the top, disappearing, becoming invisible into the emptiness, into the shunyata. Rest the mind, catch a glimpse of the Mahamudra state, the shamatha state. Have a 20-minute meditation. If your mind wanders, bring it back to the dissolution, to the prayer on page 55. Bring it back to the dissolution of the hung syllable at the heart center. Prefer to watch your breath. You can breathe in and hold it. Exhale and hold it. As many times as necessary to stabilize your meditation. Take a deep breath and hold it. Exhale and hold it. Open your eyes, breathe normal. Turn to page 33. Visualize the protection fence again. Oma, a, I, u, ri, li, o, kaka, gagana, zaza, zazana, tata, dadana, papa, babama, yawalawa, sa, kaha, kriya, soha. Oma, a, I, u, ri, li, o, kaka, gagana, zaza, zazana, tata, dadana, papa, babama, yabalawa, sa, kaha, kriya, soha. Oma, a, I, u, ri, li, o, kaka, gagana, zaza, zazana, tata, dadana, papa, babama, yavalawa, sa, kaha, kriya, soha. Om, Yudharma, Hetu, Pavawa, Hetu, Takan, Tadagato, Heawa, Tatata, Takasa, Yonarada, Evamwadi, Mahashamani, Soha. Om, Yudharma, Hetu, Pavawa, Hetu, Takan, Tadagato, Heawa, Tatata, Takasa, Yonarada, Evamwadi, Mahashamani, Soha. Om Yudharma Hetu Prabhava Hetu Takan Tadagato Heawa Tatata Takasa Yonarada Evamwadi Mahashamani Soha. Page 34. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justadredo Mebhava Sutokayo Mebhava Supokayo Mebhava Anuraktu Mebhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tada Gata Bajra Mame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tanupa Justadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsa Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tada Gata Bajra Bhame Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha. Om Vajrasattva Samaya Manu Palaya Vajrasattva Tanopa Justadredo Me Bhava Sutokayo Me Bhava Supokayo Me Bhava Anuraktu Me Bhava Sara Siddhi Me Prayatsa Sara Karma Sitsu Me Sitsantriya Kuruhum Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sara Tata Gata Bajra Bhami Mansa Bajri Bhava Maha Samaya Sattvaha. Page 35 and 36. English first. This is it. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas of the five families in the three times, who have destroyed all defilements, lead to equipoise of the enlightened mind. Teata Pensadriva Avobodhanaya Soha. 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 The enlightened body, speech, and mind of the peaceful and wrathful deities is the Buddha. Om Ru Ru Da Ru Muki Muki Soha. 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 The body, speech, and mind of the Buddha is the cause for enlightenment of all sentient beings. Om Dai Dai Bendai Soha. 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 Visualize with faith the root Lama is present in the sky in front, surrounded by assemblies of Yidam deities and all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. That our body, speech, and mind become in union, inseparable with all the Buddhas, all the enlightened ones, all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, Dharma protectors. Om Ah Hong, 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 Om Ah Hong. Okay, so before we do the dedication for the lineage dedication, any comments, any discussion, questions?
Not much. It just is a really nice practice, and it's nice doing the silent meditation. You know, whether it be the dissolution meditation that's built into the sadhana, or otherwise after doing, you know, these long mantra recitations and the visualizations and everything. It's nice. I think I'm able to get more settled or go deeper into my meditation with that context of it and that build up to it. So it's a really nice practice.
Perfect. Thank you. Yes, you're right.
Practice, practice, practice.
Yes.
I noticed in the break that Bernie has set up a Facebook page for us, and I promptly joined it. And I think that that's a social media in its proper context can actually have some good applications, and I think that that's a good way for us to connect with each other in another way. So
I hope so, yes. And to be part of the community, you know, the spiritual community in and around Baltimore, but also, you know, the far-flung social universe.
well, it may attract it may attract new people
Yes,
to the practice, and that's a good thing.
certainly. Yes. Yeah, so thank you for joining, and if you want to put things up on there, that's perfectly fine. Your photograph and comments and so on like that would be really great. So yes, thank you. Okay, so let's continue then with the lineage dedications. Excuse me, on page 37 then, in English. Dorje Chang, Talopa, Naropa, Marpa, Milarepa, Tomerlorgampopa, Pagmadrupa, and Lordri Kompa, please bestow upon us the most auspicious blessings of all the Kagyu Lamas. By this virtue may I achieve the all-knowing state, and may all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara by defeating all enemies, confusion, the cause of suffering. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind, where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. Let's recite this in Tibetan with a melody. So we'll make this part of our routine so you get familiar with this melody because it's very, very, very good. Shangju Samcho Rinpoche Ma ke panam ke gyurchi ke panam pa me pa yang gon ne gon du pa wa sho. Two more times. Chang Shu Sam Cho Rinpoche Ma Ke Panam Ke Gyurchi Ke Panam Pa Me Pa Yang Gon Ne Gon Du Pa Wa Sho Shangju Samcho Rinpoche Ma Ke Panam Ke Gyurchi Ke Panam Pa Me Pa Yang Gon Ne Gon Du Pa Wa Sho. And continuing page 39 in English. I pray that the Lama may have good health. I pray that the Lama may have long life. I pray that your Dharma activities spread far and wide. I pray that I may not be separated from you. As Manjushri and likewise Samantabhadra realize the ultimate state, Buddhahood, I will follow in their path and share the merit for all sentient beings. By the blessing of the Buddha who attained the three kayas, by the blessing of the truth of the unchanging Dharma as such, by the blessing of the indivisible Sangha order, may the merit I share bear fruit. By the virtues collected in the three times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate root of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. May the teachings of the great Sri Khompa Ratna Shri, who is omniscient, Lord of the Dharma, master of interdependence, continue and increase through study, practice, contemplation, and meditation until the end of samsara. So recite this in Tibetan with a melody, because this is a very heartfelt prayer. Sheja kunje kungen soki je Tandral ne la wangjum tri kompa Rinsan palgi ten pa si te bar Se drup to sam gompe zen yorchi. Twice again. Se ja kun ze kun gen choki je. Tandrel ne la wang to dri kompa. Rinchen palgi tan pa si te bar. Se drup to sam gompe zen yorchi. Se ja kun ze kun gen choki je. Tendrel ne la wang dru dri kompa. Rinchen palgi ten pa si te bar. Se drup to sam gompe zen yorchi. On page 43, the dedication prayer by Lord Jigden Sumgun. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious kind root and lineage lamas, divine assembly of yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakinis, dwelling in the 10 directions, please hear my prayer. May the virtues collected in the 3 times, by myself and all sentient beings, in samsara and nirvana, and the innate word of virtue, not result in the 8 worldly concerns, the 4 causes of samsara, or rebirth as a Sravaka or Pratyeka Buddha. May all mother sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me and mine, obstructors who harm, misleading Mars and the hordes of demons, experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May attachment to fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta, and through that may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinity of space. May I gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully. May I die joyfully and happily in the mind of such and the pervading clarity of Dharmata. May I in any case gain the supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the bardo. So Kemo Trinley taught us that to recite this, when we recite this, that line where it says, may I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such and the pervading clarity of the Dharmata, that we smile and we look at each other. And it reminds us that our passage of death should be a joyful thing. It's not something to be sad about. It's not something to be sorrowful about. It's something to be joyful about, and that we have the gift of our life. We also have the gift of our death. And we choose how it is that we shall die. Maybe not whether it's with a bullet, maybe not that it's in a car accident, maybe it's not that it's a disease or something like that, but that we die joyfully and happily, that we are always ready for that transference of consciousness. This is why we practice. Okay. Om, ah, hum. Om, ah, hum. Om, ah, hum. my body, speech, and mind become inseparable with the body, speech, and mind of all the enlightened ones for the benefit of all sentient beings. Thank you, brothers. Thank you, everybody on YouTube, wherever you might be.
Thank you,
Thank you
Lance.
so much, Lance. See you.
Okay, have a good weekend, the rest of it. Good week. See you tomorrow night.
Okay, see you then.
Sure, bye-bye.